When I say time blocking, some people really freak out. So I wanted to pull a simple week from my calendar and show you a way to time block your schedule without it feeling so rigid and strict. You're going to see just giant chunks and blocks of a schedule, and this can be an easy way for you to block your calendar without it feeling so rigid. Okay, so I want to show you what a standard time blocking schedule or calendar might look like. So you're not super freaked out about time blocking and getting really in the weeds and really granular. Mine is going to be very general, and this keeps it flexible. This keeps it not so strenuous and strict. And so I just want to show you one version of doing this and how I do it. So I have multiple calendars and I have pet stuff, school activity stuff. And if you check the boxes on these calendars, then they disappear. What you're looking at might disappear. So here I have my planning and routine. This is my basic time blocking. So if I remove that, I don't have it on there all the time. So it's not super overwhelming. But when I'm curious and I want to go back and revamp it or take a look at it, I can just click it back on. I wanted to show you that I don't have every 15 or 30 minutes blocked out so that it's super stressful. So you can see here, I have a 2-hour block for waking up and getting breakfast. And I do this because I don't want to wake up and feel like I have to get up at 6:30 or 6:45. And if I wake up late, that I'm already behind. No. So my wake up window is 6:30 to 8:30, and that's going to depend on when I fall asleep the night before. I typically like to get around 7 to 8 hours of sleep. So, and according to my ultra human ring, 7 hours and 50 minutes is usually my peak time for sleep if I am on schedule. So I give myself a 2-hour window, 6:30 to 8:30, and then as you can see here, walk the dog, get up, get coffee. That's about 30 minutes of a block. Then I have about an hour, 2.5 hours of creative work, client work, and learning. So I try not to do phone calls. Most of my phone calls will be 10 a.m. or later. I do have a standing client call that we started a long time ago, and she's an early riser. She's up at like 5 a.m., so 9 o'clock's probably like the end of her workday. So I do creative work. If I have creative work like writing emails or doing podcasts, things like that, I try to do those first and get those out of the way. We all know that when we're working on our business things, client work tends to push into more time. So if you can get the things that you want to do or the business things that you need to do out of the way first, you will always be able to get to it. If you're doing client work first, your things tend to get on the back burner. So I'm trying to get my stuff out of the way first. So then I go into client work. If I have, usually that'll take up the whole time. So by 11:30, I'm done, or I'm pushing it into noon. And if I don't have a lot of client work, people are on vacation, especially the summertime, it's been really lax and a lot of people are going on vacation, especially July and August. So then I will do maybe a little learning. We're all part of memberships or we downloaded programs that we need to go take a look at. So that's when I'll do those learning things if I have a little extra time. Then about an hour and a half, I give myself to stretch, get up, take a walk outside, get some sunshine, get some lunch. And then right after that, I'll do some email work, social media, running into over client work if there were a lot of client work or things that I still have to work on, that's when I will do that time. Now you do see this big empty block here. This is my slump time, and I know usually about 2:30 is 2:30, especially 3 o'clock is when I usually start yawning. I hit my midday slump, and I just don't want to do anything, especially if I have anything sweet or carb. My body doesn't react well to that, so I do tend to get tired after lunch. So this block, and it usually hits up until about 5 o'clock. I'm usually, you know, out for the count. So that's when I will take a break, do a little less things. Maybe I am like searching or just on social media, listening to podcasts, doing whatever. I might take a TV break at that time and just kind of chill out. Then I will start to get my energy back around 5:30, and that's when I will do a workout or walk the dog, um, then do my shower and prep dinner and get dinner. I try to eat dinner by 8 p.m. 7:30 is probably better, but usually by the time I've finished cooking everything and doing everything, it's about 8 o'clock. So, and then I tend to get another second wind later in the evening. So from that 8 to 10 time, I'm either watching a couple of TV shows cuz you know, we got to fit in our TV. So that gives me time to watch a couple of episodes, or if I'm in a creative mode, which usually does tend to hit at night for me, I will do that 8 to 10 time period and bang out some more creative stuff like ideas for podcasts or things like that. So that's when I'm working on that. And then the last little bit here, the 10 to 11 o'clock hour, it's the wind down time, maybe less screens, which has not been working for me because tend to, I tend to rebel during this time. And as much as I try, and I am still trying, I need to put the screens away. That's the time that I will read a book, a regular book, to kind of go to bed and wind down, and try to get to bed by 11. If I can get to bed by 11, getting up by 7 is more feasible. So if I can go to sleep by 11 or earlier, depending on if I woke up a little earlier as well, if I'm waking up at 6:30 or 6, then obviously it's a lot easier to go to bed before 11. So that is my time blocking schedule. Just wanted to show you that it doesn't have to be super, intense to where you're like, 30 minutes, I'm on phone calls and I'm doing this and I'm writing this. It's very easygoing, but I also know that during a certain time period, what I should be working on. If I get sidetracked, then I can take a look and see, hey, what should I be working on? And you'll notice my weekends are a little bit lighter. I do groceries on Friday, so I try not to do as much work on those days as well. So you can see that all of those are taken out. So that's it. If you have any questions and want to learn a little bit more about how to block your time and how to match your time blocking with your energy, I do have some resources. I'll drop that for you down below. So if you have any questions, feel free to reach out.